Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the final week of July 2023. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading and it may not resonate with every Taurus out there, so simply take what resonates for you, leave the rest for another Taurus. Keep in mind the energies can reverse or flip-flop. It's not unusual in a general reading. And if you do find that you're resonating with the opposite side, just put yourself in where you fit in, guys. As always, Taurus, please do not try to force a reading. That's simply not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Taurus? I had a sense of vertigo when I was doing your shuffle, Taurus. So if you're having any physical issues or problems, you may want to get that checked out. Yeah, it was very unusual. Thank you, Spirit. Taurus. Taurus. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. You are starting out with the Strength card in reverse. You have the Empress in reverse, and I don't usually take this many cards, but I was guided to do it. You have the Emperor, you have Temperance in reverse, and you have the Eight of Swords. All right, so Taurus, there's a situation that I feel is very unbalanced. Okay, now it could be that there's some imbalance between your masculine and feminine sides, but I'm seeing something that's very unbalanced, and I'm seeing you very, very worried about it. It could be with a twin flame or a spiritual partner here that you are worried about, or you're worried about the connection. There's a relationship or a situation that's not growing, and I do feel that there's a sense of disrespect in this situation as well. I see you are taking charge of this situation, but you're concerned. You're very concerned about doing it. There's a sense of feeling trapped for some of you with somebody that you consider to be a spiritual partner. And I feel like there's fear involved in this too, for some reason. You have a lot of fear that things aren't going to grow, and there's a sense of being trapped because of the imbalance here. Let's look at, you may be taking charge of the situation yourself. Let's see who's in your energy. I do feel that you feel a bit imbalanced, like you're the one having to take charge of everything, or you're afraid that you're going to have to be that person, that somebody is not handling their business, and so there's almost a fear that you're going to have to handle everything. All right, the person in your energy has the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person is very defensive, though. They're very defensive, they're very argumentative, and they're very angry. So no wonder you're feeling this way, this sense of imbalance and concern. I do feel like this person there could be an argument that's going on between the two of you, and they're not backing down. They're not backing down because they're angry. And they could be dishonest too. This person may be dishonest. They may have, well, let me not say that. There's a sense here that there's competition that this person has introduced. It could have been out of anger. Yep. Queen of Wands. Sometimes Queen of Wands can be a third party. I do see that there's a lot of fiery energy this person has, but I'm also seeing that there's dishonesty here. I am seeing that there's action that's taking place here. You are afraid of this. There's a sense of fear about taking action, and that goes back into that energy here of having to take charge of the situation yourself because you feel this person is not taking charge of it. This person may have introduced a third party. Let's see what's affecting the situation. I just heard things are heating up. What's affecting this connection? Page of Wands. Things are not being talked about. Things are not being discussed. You may feel that there's been bad news, and especially if this person has introduced this third party, you see this as bad news. There's just things that aren't being talked about, but you're feeling very disrespected because of the dishonesty and because of the anger that's present with this person. I feel like they're not backing down from a stance, and they're feeling very defensive here. So there's a lack of communication. What is the outcome at the end of the month? Show me the outcome at the end of this month. You feel that things aren't growing between the two of you, but you may not be communicating that either. The Chariot, moving forward. There's going to be movement. There's going to be movement in this situation. All right, bottom of the deck is the Moon in reverse. This is underlying energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign that's very strong here. But I'm seeing that there's secrets, things that have come to light, things that have been revealed. Or you could be just having an epiphany as well. So let's clarify. Why is the Strength card in reverse? You may be afraid that this person has introduced a third party, but you don't have clarification of that. I feel like at one point you may have been very nurturing towards this person, but now you're not. And it's because of the way they've been treating you. Yeah, you want to talk to this person. You want to have a discussion, but you're also very guarded. You're tired of waiting for this person to come forward and bring some clarity to the situation. You are very guarded. You may be realizing that your future doesn't lie with this person, and you may be preparing to cut them out of your life. Why is the Empress here in reverse? I can see that you feel that the situation isn't growing between the two of you, that it has the potential to, but it's not. And you're very troubled by that. Ten of Wands, a lot of problems. Because this person lies. You feel this person lies. They don't tell the truth. And you're feeling extremely troubled by it. Like it's adding up. The problems are adding up, and you're feeling like you're feeling overwhelmed, which is why I feel like you're going to be the one to take charge of the situation, but you're very concerned about doing so. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse. Now that's your sign here, Taurus, in the Major Arcana. You have the Four of Swords, and you have the King of Cups reversed. So this is somebody that you are in a relationship with, and I feel that you may be taking charge of the situation to end this, because it's just really lowering your vibration. You're feeling extremely troubled about it. You're trying to heal your energy, but it's like there's always chaos. There's always problems. And it's because this person's not being honest. There's an energy of dishonesty and lies. And it's just weighing you down. I feel like you're not telling this person what your plans are. You have pulled back emotionally. You're not emotionally open to this person anymore, and you may feel that they're emotionally manipulative. You're keeping an eye on what it is they're doing. It's like you're moving in silence here, because you're realizing that you have to take charge of the situation because they won't. You're watching them because you are worried about what their reaction is going to be. Now let's see why the Five of Wands is here. I feel like there's a lot of arguments that take place in this connection, and this person doesn't deal with those things in an honest manner. Eight of Cups, Seven of Coins reversed. So this person, I feel like this person is also a bit impatient. So for some of you, this person is walking away from the conflicts here. They're walking away from all the problems. They're impatient to do so. Now, with regard to a third party, they're telling you that they're not investing in this connection, but you feel that they're lying. They're telling you that they walked away from that they're no longer engaged in a third party, but you don't trust them, you don't believe them. Why is the Seven of Wands here? I can see that this person is in the process of walking away from this connection. Oh, they're very prideful. A lot of conflict. They're very prideful. All right, you could be dealing with another Taurus, or you could be dealing with a Libra. This person's going to stand their ground. They're extremely prideful here, and I do feel that with the Empress in the reverse, it's like this person picks fights. They may be seeing you, Taurus, as being somebody who is extremely abundant and independent, and they don't like that, but on the same token, they are drawn towards you because they fight with you. They fight with you, and they're stubborn. There's like a stubborn energy here. They may be wanting you to go back to the energy that you had when you were very nurturing towards them. And they may be telling you that. Why is the King of Swords here in reverse? But they like to have things in their way. They don't want to budge. They feel like you should be doing for them. It's a bit egotistical. Five of Cups, Knight of Wands. Yeah, this person could be a player, Taurus, because they're in and they're out. And it looks like this person may have moments of extreme anger or extreme rage. Sometimes they'll tell the truth, sometimes they won't, sometimes they're angry, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they'll talk, sometimes they won't. But it's like they're up and down, up and down. They're battling depression, it looks like, too. I do see them reviewing the connection and reviewing their life, but there's a sadness or an anger that this person has. They're not leaning into love. They're very erratic in their behavior. And there's an underlying sadness, depression, or anger that this person just randomly brings out. I really don't think that their energy is healthy. Let's see why the Queen of Wands is here. Yeah, you've put up with this for a long time. And now you're tired of putting up with this. You're tired of dealing with this. So you are going to be taking action. It's because you're viewing this connection very differently. I feel like you're being very smart, but yet honest in how you do communicate with this person. But there's things that you're keeping to yourself with regard to ending the connection. It's like you're being smart about this. I do see that you're viewing this connection differently, and you are going to take action. Now, they're telling you that they've walked away from this Queen of Wands, and that they want, this is a long-term connection, but they're not really investing in the connection either. And in the back of their mind, they're walking away from this connection. This person is difficult to get along with, and they're up and down. Money is an issue here. They could have family or friends that's telling them what to do with regard to this third party or this connection, or both. Let's see why the Page of Wands is here. Be careful with this person, Taurus, because this could be this person could be, you know, trying to hold on to this connection due to financial gain. Why is the Page of Wands here? Why is the Page of Wands here? Oh, great. The Magician and the Devil. So I don't like really getting the Magician and the Devil coming out together, especially when there's things that are not being talked about or related. One, either you and are doing some dark magic. It feels more like it's this person, though. There's, for some of you, and this isn't, of course, for everybody, there's dark magic that's being practiced here. For others of you, it's the toxicity has to do with what's not being said, what's not being talked about. This person is very toxic. The Devil came out on their side. They have a lot of toxic behaviors. I feel like they like things their way. They don't like to cooperate. There's a lot of almost narcissistic type of energy that's here. They want you to nurture them. They want you to be their mama. So this person could be trying to have you be their sugar mama for some of you. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you are having to kind of manipulate the situation, Taurus, in order to remain safe. Or at least to feel safe, because you have fears in having discussions with this person because you don't see them the way you used to. This person could have really put a big mask on at some point, and now you're seeing them more clearly. You see them as being dishonest and manipulative. You're not saying that to them, but it weighs heavily on you, and that's why you've pulled your energy back. You're not nurturing them. You're not nurturing this connection. And there are things that are being unsaid between the two of you. I feel like this person, it brings, like, they may suspect that you're planning to exit or to end this connection. And they're going to manipulate the situation if they can, but it looks like it's financially based. I have to say, I don't like their energy. Let's see why the Chariot is here. Now, you could be simply dealing with a Capricorn or a Gemini. I don't feel like it's usually in your nature to, you know, have to keep quiet about things or to manipulate the situation. But because this person doesn't deal with you honestly, you may be having to, and it weighs on you that you're doing that, but you're doing it because you fear their reaction. Why is the Chariot here? I do see that there's going to be a change. There's going to be forward movement. Oof. Ace of Wands reversed. There's an ending coming here, and you're the one who's going to activate that because you have the Chariot. So you're gonna create an ending here. It's gonna make this person sad. And I feel like they're going to have some things to say about it, but they're not being honest in what they say. So you're seeing right through this person now. So there is going to be forward movement. You're the one who's bringing that forward movement. You've really withdrawn your energy as far as emotions. It's like this person sabotaged this connection. And I feel like you're healing. You're doing your utmost to heal your energy, and you're taking charge of the situation. You're very worried about doing this, though. But you're following through with a plan that you have that you've kept quiet. You've been moving in silence because you've realized this person is very toxic. And see, they were making you into that nurturing person in their life. When you pulled back that energy, it made them pissed. They're very pissed about it. For some of you, this has to do with financial gain. This person doesn't do well with their money. And so this connection gives them financial stability. They're gonna feel defeated when you take action here. It's going to make them feel very defeated, but you're the one I see taking the action. You're taking charge of your life. You're taking your power back, but you're moving in silence. Bottom of the deck is the Star. So you've had this epiphany about this person. You see them very differently. It took a long time, but you're healing. You're balancing out your energy. This is an underlying energy of healing and balance. And I feel like it's because you're now recognizing this person for who they are. And I have to say, I couldn't blame you here. They're very erratic, and they really need to do some self-reflection. All right, let's pull an oracle card. Number 37, and that comes out to 10. 10s are about endings. And you're the one bringing the ending, Taurus. I feel like you've just had enough. This is a love connection. I can see that it's a love connection. It's called Never Ending Story. So I feel like, this isn't the first time that this has happened with this person. It's not the first time that this person may have brought in a third party. There's a sense of time, like it just never seems to end with this person. They move from one chaotic situation to the next. So let's read that. Okay, so this is all about self-criticism, wounded egos, and unnecessary drama. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Now the relationship message says, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. Wow. So you may have bought into this person's stories in the past, Taurus, and you're now realizing that none of them were true. The fear is coming because you're doubting your ability to leave this connection. You're doubting your ability to make it on your own. But those are just false narratives. They're not truthful. They're not truthful. And this person is bringing a lot of toxic drama, and it just seems like it never ends with them. I think you finally have seen through it. All right. I know this may not be the reading that you were desiring, but I do see changes happening. I see an end of this cycle, and I see you taking charge of your life. And there is great hope here, and you're beginning to see that hope. So trust in yourself here, Taurus. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this reading in any way, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, it's just a click away. Just subscribe. It won't cost you anything. Until I see you guys in your monthly readings, namaste.